Let's get a quick take on Senator Michael Bennet making it official that he will be running for president in 2020, making him the second Colorado Democrat to join the very crowded race. Patty Calhoun from Westward, he becomes the 21st Democrat to run, to announce his or her running for the presidency in 2020. What's going to make Bennet look any different than the other 20 folks running for the same position?
Well, the fact that he announced first that he had cancer and he wasn't going to run unless he had gotten good news from the doctors, which he did after surgery. So that's one thing that makes him different from the other 20. Also, his brother is the editorial page editor of the New York Times, and interestingly, he has now had to take himself out of any coverage of the presidential campaign.
That's an interesting debate. I didn't realize that. David Copel from the Independence Institute and DU Law School. I broke a major rule for Colorado Inside Out today. I actually did some homework. Since 1900, only 3 sitting senators have become president: Warren G. Harding, John F. Kennedy, and Barack Obama. Why do you think Michael Bennet thinks he can become the 4th?
Think back to another senator who ran for president twice, Birch Bayh of Indiana, who, by the way, in one of those campaigns, the other Democratic senator from Indiana was also running. And Birch Bayh was asked, how can you imagine yourself being president? You look at George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, Franklin Roosevelt. You think you're in that company? No, not even close. But then I looked at all the other people who were running, and I said, I'm definitely in.
Well said. It's good to have you back, David. Joey Bunch, Deputy Managing Editor of Colorado Politics. It's great to have you here. What do you think is the attraction for somebody like Michael Bennet to run for president when he's got a pretty sweet gig as Senator of Colorado?
I don't think he enjoys being a senator that much. I know Michael fairly well, and he's just not a political guy, but more and more every day he looks more like a politician. And I've said from the beginning, I've been on record for a while now saying I don't think he's running for president. I think he's running for Secretary of Education, and this elevates his profile. I don't see a Coloradan in the White House. I wrote a column about that a couple of months ago. I don't see John Hickenlooper getting there, and I'm sorry, Coloradans, I don't see Michael Bennet making it either.
Natasha Gardner, articles editor at 5280, rounds out the panel. Natasha, does this run for president help or hurt Michael Bennet at all when it comes to Colorado? Let's say the odds are right, he doesn't actually become the nominee, and he comes back to just being our senator. Does it help or hurt him a few months down the road?
I think it's too early to say. It depends on how this campaign goes. I mean, what I think is interesting is of the 20 plus candidates, he's not going to win the award for being the most outrageous. He's not going to win the award for being the most angry, even despite his crocodile tear speech. What he will maybe win an award for is being the best listener. And recently he has said that he didn't go to Washington to get attention. He went to Washington to pay attention. What'll be interesting now is, do the voters pay attention to him?